By the name of Ace. So this is my 5th time giving this talk this weekend, and I think I'm just as nervous as the first time. Father Brandon asked me to speak this weekend at all the masses in English, next weekend in Spanish. And I said yes. I don't remember why. I do remember saying I will be amazed if I don't faint. Luckily, that has not happened yet. I do have a small story to share with you. Last night at my first Mass, the first step I took here, walking up to the ambo, I thought of when I was in 3rd grade, and yeah, I'm not quite a polished public speaker, but just to give you an idea how far I have come, when I was in 3rd grade, I was in the spelling bee at school, and I was the first student to go, and I was so nervous that when they gave me the word, I don't remember what the word is, I couldn't even get one syllable out. So I've gotten a few words out tonight and haven't fainted yet, so I think we're doing okay. And jokes and laughing does calm my nerves a little bit, so I'm going to tell you a joke. If you don't think it's funny, laugh anyways, please. It was, what did one sea say to the other sea? Sea is an ocean. Nothing, they just waved. Thank you. So I've been a parishioner here at St. Anne's all my life. I was actually baptized back in the back, and the baptismal font was behind the glass doors where the new restrooms are. My family and I used to sit about halfway down this column row here, where me and one of my brothers would inevitably be separated because we were playing elbow wars on the pews. I now come to you speaking from a different perspective. I'd like to talk to you about the Bishop's Ministry Appeal, or the BMA. I do come to you on behalf of Father Brandon and Bishop Blair to talk about your financial support to the BMA, but more specifically, I come to you talking about the financial support of the existing and future seminarians. The next question you may have is, why am I speaking to you from this point of view? Well, you probably have heard around St. Anne's the last several months or so that there has been some exciting views in the area of priestly vocations and religious vocations. Well, that is true, praise be to God. And it's also true that I am also discerning a priestly vocation. It's been about 16 months since the smallest spark of this priestly vocation came to my head. And I won't say it's all he's doing, but Father Brandon has definitely played a part in this vocational call. It was October of 2010, and I was at my grandmother's funeral Mass in Tracy at St. Bernard's Church. And the Mass had just begun. And I see this shadow walk by the frosted glass doors. In my head, I thought, oh, that'd be great if Father Brandon could be here to celebrate this Mass with us. And about 20 seconds later, he emerges from the sacristy and to come celebrate my grandmother's Mass. And just the feeling of love and support I experienced just by his presence there for myself and for my family made me really think how awesome it would be to be able to provide that to other people. So after that, throughout that entire Mass for the next few days, I had this voice in my head asking me to consider becoming a priest. And then it went away, or more likely, I kind of ignored it. And then probably a couple months went by, and I was doing a lot of prayer and conversing with God about what he was asking of me. And then I finally got the courage to actually ask Father Brandon to sit down and talk. He said, sure, Ace, what would you like to talk about? I said, oh, you might have a new recruit. And he said, oh yeah, who? And I said, me. And then he did that nervous little laugh that he does. And after that talk, I would say my discernment process officially began. I met with the vocations director of the Diocese, and she gave me some steps to follow, some paperwork to fill out. In the past couple months, I've had my formal interview, I have had an evaluation, and then I'm currently filling out more applications. I wouldn't say this has been the smoothest and easiest experience so far, but it has been pretty fulfilling and pretty fun. So one of the first questions, one of the first questions I had was, how the heck I was supposed to pay for the 7 years of formation in the seminary? My parents were nice enough to pay for my first college degree. I didn't know if I could ask them to pay for another one. So then I was assured that if accepted and recommended to the seminary, that the expenses are covered. The expenses of the education, the tuition, the food, a small monthly stipend, and then a minimal medical insurance is all paid for through your donations in the BMA. While it is not completely set in stone that I will be entering the seminary this fall, the reality is very likely, and I would not be able to move forward in my vocation were it not for the bishop's support. Support he's able to give because of the BMA, and ultimately the support he's able to give because of you all. God calls, we answer with courage and faith. I would like to seriously encourage you all to donate what you can, what you feel comfortable with, to the Bishop's Ministry Appeal this year. There are envelopes in the pews, and kind of just speak to tonight's audience here. You know, there's no age cap, minimum or maximum on who can donate. If you wanted to sacrifice a cup of coffee, if you wanted to sacrifice a night at Applebee's, if you wanted to sacrifice a night at Denny's, you know, once a month, that would work as well. I'm very grateful for you to allow me to share part of my story with you tonight, and I appreciate your prayers and support. I won't say goodbye, I will just wave. Thank you.